everybody, how are you all doing? Hope you're doing great. Today is June 27th and I'll be recording for the 26th and 27th. It's not yet 6 p.m. so I'm going to start recording for the 26th and then I'm sure it'll be 6 by the time I'm done. And then we'll record for today. Our word of the day is the number 11. In Nzema, it is bulu nekum. Bulu nekum. We already did the last time. We did 10. 10 is bulu. So for 11, it is bulu nekum. Ne means with 1. 10 with 1. In Fanti, it is dubiakum. Dubiakum. That is 11. In tree, it is dubakum. Dubakum. So that is our word of the day. And last time I gave you guys a story time. I said I was going to continue today. The temperature yesterday was 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which means we still maintain our glowing color. Yeah, per our chart. It's 80 is glowing. And then 73 is the estimated temperature for 6 p.m. today, and that is gold, so we will be using gold. All right, so yeah. All right, so for the story time, I'll be talking about that of my college time when I was in the University of Ghana. So I did an associate's degree. Well, back home, it's a diploma. I did a 2-year diploma in public administration at the University of Ghana. And during that time, like usual, things were hard. And it was 2 of us in college. My younger brother was already there doing political science and Chinese. And I joined. The reason why I didn't go to college right away was I didn't do well in maths when I wrote the WASI. WASI is West African Certificate Exam. And you need to get a C or better in order to get enrolled into any university in Ghana. And I didn't like maths. So I had a D in maths, and because of that, I couldn't proceed till I wrote NOVDEC. The NOVDEC is like a makeup exam, but you write it in November, December. That's why it's called NOVDEC. So I wrote the NOVDEC and then I got the C. I got C6 actually. I was so happy when I went to check the result and it was C6. I did the sign of the cross because oh my god. It's better than a D. Oh my goodness. I celebrated that C because I wasn't good in math. So that was like a good grade for me. That C. I was so happy about it because so after that, because I didn't have that grade my first time, I couldn't go to school that year or the following year because I didn't register for that exam. The makeup exam, because I thought I was going to pass the WASI, and I'm not registering. So when I didn't pass, the registration time had already passed, so I had to wait for the following year to rewrite this mathematics, core maths. So when I got the C, I decided to apply to several schools. So I applied to the University of Ghana, I applied to the University of Science and Technology, University of Science and Technology, and then I applied to a few nursing colleges as well. And I got admission to Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, but it was for parallel fee paying. And from what I was saying, things were not great. So why would I go pay parallel fee paying? Parallel fee paying means the fees won't be subsidized. I think the regular fees is subsidized by the government, but if you are doing parallel fee paying, you are paying like how the foreigners or foreign students pay. It's more expensive. So my dad was like, I can't afford that. So I didn't go. And my Legon admission also delayed in coming. So I think it finally came, and I don't know, I think I didn't get the admission. So I was upset. Oh my goodness. I stopped talking to everybody in the house. I was mad at the whole world. Hey, in the morning, early in the morning, I'll wake up, I'll do my chores at home, bath, and then go for morning mass. And then I'll stay there till I know everybody at home has left the house. Those who are going to school have left for school. Those who are going to work have left for work. And then I come back home. Then I'll cook food. If I had to do more chores, I'll do the chores. And by the time it's like getting close for them to come back from work and school, I leave the house and I go to the cafe. I go to the internet cafe, so nobody was seeing me at home. I was angry with everybody, and it's not their fault too. I was so upset with life. I'm like, dang it, like how? Why me? Like, boo-hoo. All my friends are in school and I'm still at home, and I wrote this thing and I got the C. Why don't I have the school? Oh my goodness, I was poor me. I'm laughing about this, but that time it was not a laughing matter. I'll go to morning mass and I'll be sitting at mass and I'll be weeping. Not crying, I'll be weeping. Like everything someone would say would make me cry. And I was crying and I was upset. And one of the nursing schools I applied to actually called me for an interview, and I went. I actually did well in that interview. One of the questions was, oh, we see here that you did French. Can you tell us about yourself in French? I'm like, yeah, je m'appelle. I went on and I did my 3x4 French, and they were like, oh, that's very impressive. All right, you will hear from us. Never heard from them. Those people are liars. All right, so these people said I'll hear from them. I never did. Meanwhile, I wasted my time. I took car from Takrade. Is it Waseko Pong or Trufopras? I don't even remember the name of the town. I don't remember. And they never called me back. So yeah, all of that made me sad. I was really upset with everybody. And then whilst I was going for mass every day, I think Father saw me like, hey, every day you're coming to mass. I saw you crying. What is wrong? And I told Father my story. Like, hey, I applied for school, blah blah blah. The admission did not come. Like the one that came was too expensive. My family cannot afford. And then the nursing also. And then Father's like, oh, he is a lecturer in a nursing school. He used to be a lecturer in a certain nursing school. So he would take my results and show it to the admission or something like that. And then he did. And then they offered me admission. Told me why. When I went to tell my dad that I've gained admission to nursing, it's like, hey, diploma, I'm going to 30 million. The fees was 3,000 Ghana cedis as at that time. Nursing school is expensive in Ghana, eh? 3,000 Ghana cedis. And it's like, hey, there's 4 of you. Well, there was 5 of you, and if I'm going to pay 30,000 for just your fees, what am I going to do? Blah blah blah. And my dad complained, and it's like he can't afford it. So I go, okay. So that one did not work out. So I stopped talking to my dad. And then I would still go for my morning mass, still be doing my crying. And then my mom's friend, who is a lecturer at the University of Ghana, it's like, oh, there's a diploma program here, and it's a 2-year program. They have an accounting one and they have the public administration one. So if she likes, she can do that. I'm like, yeah, I'd rather do that than stay at home. I don't want to. I'm tired of being at home, blah blah blah. But I want to was close to that 3,000 that my father was crying about. Yeah, I was like 27, 28-ish. So I applied for that, sent in my application, and that was a new program. They had it, they had that program, but then it was for like mature students. Mature students is like online or part-time ish program, but then this one they were doing it as a regular student program. So I'm like, yeah, I would rather do that than stay at home and do nothing, because at that point I was frustrated. So I'm like, okay. And then I agreed though, and I started. When my admission came, it's time for me to go. We don't have money. Hey, we don't have money to pay. But the thing is, they give you like a few weeks at the beginning of the semester. You have to pay like 70% of the fees, and then the next semester you pay the remaining 30. My mother had to go and borrow money because she was frustrated with the way I was behaving. I wasn't talking to anybody. Nobody was seeing me. I would disappear. When they come home, I'm not home. So my mom was getting worried, and like, yeah, so my mom went to borrow money, but later on my auntie paid the money. So yeah, I do appreciate my auntie. She's really been there for us. That one I can never forget, because yeah, that's a story for another day. It's time to go to school. Hey, I don't have money for transportation. We've managed to get money for the fees. It's there for transportation. Then I went to say goodbye to my assemblyman, and the assemblyman is kind of related to my grandmother. So I'm like, oh, Uncle Hassan, I'm going to school. I want to say goodbye to him, and then it's like, okay, just take this for TNT. I'm like, oh, thank you, God. Because I didn't go and tell him that I need money. I was just going to say, oh, I'm going to school. I was coming to say I'm going to school. You know, like back when you're going somewhere or something, you go and tell the old folks in your life, or like grown people in your life, oh, I'm going to this place or I'm going to that place. So that's what I went to do. And then he dashed me money, and then it's like, oh, use it for TNT. Thank God. So I got my transportation. I got to campus. And because the semester had already begun, I was kind of late into the semester. My first day of class, they were doing a quiz. Hey! They were doing a quiz. Oh. I had missed like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of lectures. My first day of class, across the campus. Management, Dr. Obi. They were doing a quiz, and I took the quiz. I actually did well in that quiz. And I hadn't even done that class before, because I did home economics, mind you, and this class is like a business program, so it wasn't in my field at all, but I did well in that class. So after the class, I went to speak to the lecturer. I'm like, I just came in today, it's my first day, and I wasn't here when they did all the lectures. So and then that teacher was very strict. If I can like get the lecture notes and stuff like that, and the professor was like, the TA will be doing tutorials, so you can go for that, and then you can catch up on the class, and then you can retake the quiz. If you don't like the grade you got, you can retake the quiz after you've gone through the tutorial. Like, thank you, sir. So I did that. I did well in that exam, so I didn't even want to take the rewrite it, but we went for the tutorials and stuff, and then I rewrote the quiz. I still got the same grade. I'm like, what was the point? Yeah, but it was not a bad grade, so I would take it like that. Yeah. So that's how it went though. And so the story goes like this. So while I was in college, things were still hard. Like, how getting by was hard, and I wasn't living on campus. I didn't get accommodation on campus. Our program, they don't give us accommodation on campus, so you need to find your own accommodation. nearby, and it was expensive and it was a hassle to get like a place. So I was staying with my auntie, Mama Lou. God bless you, Mama Lou. When I'm going to school, she'll give me extra money, and then she'll give me food and stuff. So even though I was worried about being stuck on the way because my money was not enough, so I'm like, if I go to school, I can't buy food. If I buy food, I'll get stuck. I won't get transportation to come back home. I had to be taking 3 buses to get to campus, no matter where I was going to. Sometimes we had our lectures at city campus, sometimes we had our lectures at the main campus, and both places I had to take 3 cars. I'll take one to, I've forgotten the name of that place, but we lived at Bulemi. I'll take one to some place, and then I'll take one from there to Kaneshi, and then I'll take one from Kaneshi to Accra. And then if I'm going to main campus, I go to that place, I take one to Medina, and then that one will take me by Oponglo or main gate or whatever, and then I'll get down and go for lectures. So transportation was eating up all of my pocket money. Like, my mom would give us money. You know, I said my brother was there. My brother was at the main campus. He was living on campus, so he didn't have to worry about transportation, but he was worried about me. My mother would give us money, and she would tell me to take like 70% of the money, give my brother 30, because I'm the one who takes transportation. See, I would use my 70%, all of it on TNT. And then my brother will see me and be like, just take this. And then he'll give me his portion. That's why I don't play with my brother. That's why I don't play with him. He sacrificed his pocket money for me. So I don't play about my brother. And we're helping each other out. When I also got money, I would give him. And then when I'm coming to campus, I'll bring food for both of us to eat. So it was hang go, hang come. See, that's how my siblings and I, we are tight, because we take care of each other.